The conspiracy isn't that ballots might disappear, it's that they do, and Elections Canada just admitted it. According to Blacklock's reporter who broke the story, over 120,000 mail-in ballots from the April 28th federal election were never counted. That's out of 1.3 million special ballots issued, with only 1.2 million, give or take, actually tallied, meaning over 9% of special ballots just vanished through the system's cracks. Let's let that sink in for a second. Nearly 1 in 10 special ballots just went MIA, and Elections Canada won't say if they were lost, late, or just trashed. This isn't fringe theory. I think it's built-in inefficiency, because there's a lot of instances of this sort of stuff happening. You see, this spring, Elections Canada apologized for dumping 822 ballots in Coquitlam, BC, and mislabeling ballots in Terrebonne, Quebec, where the Liberals scraped out a victory by just 1 vote. And now the CBC confirms Elections Canada is investigating Terrebonne irregularities. Bloc MP Sebastian Lemire is demanding answers. He says Elections Canada should be accountable to voters. Yeah, that's a novel idea. This breakdown in the system isn't new. Back in 2021, 90,000 ballots were returned too late and discarded. Another 123,000 never made it back on time. That's 250,000 voters partially disenfranchised. And then there's the fraud. A non-citizen illegally voting in Edmonton Manning and admitting he knew he wasn't eligible. He was fined $1,000. A Richmond Hill man voted twice, by mail and in person, and was hit with the same fine. Minimal penalties for systemic failures that might swing a seat. Case in point, Quebec's 1-vote result. And you see the plot thickens. Chief Electoral Officer Stéphane Perreault held a private meeting with NDP insiders and civil servants on January 25th, 2024 to craft Bill C-65, a law that delayed the fixed election by 1 week, conveniently tipping pension eligibility for 28 Liberal and NDP MPs.
Specifically on Bill C-65 with the NDP before it was announced.
So, Mr. Chair, just to be clear, I did not know what would be in Bill C-65, and I did not participate in meetings regarding the entire bill. I had discussions on elements of the supply and confidence agreement, as well as on my recommendations that I made in 2022 to Parliament. I was very deliberate in making sure that whenever I met members from one side, I met with members from all other sides to convey the very same message. Any topic that I addressed with one side, I addressed with the other, prior or after. And I'll give you an example. There was one item that was neither in my recommendations nor in the bill, or nor in the supply and confidence agreement, and I asked the government to consider addressing deep fakes. And after I made those representations, I spoke to members.
Mr. I'm going to ask again.
I spoke to members of
Mr. Dowd,
all
let's just let him
parties
finish.
to repeat. So every time I met with one side, I conveyed the same messages to all sides. With respect to the bill, before it was tabled, I did not have a complete view of the bill. I did not participate in the drafting of a bill. I did participate in discussions on specific policy areas.
No Bloc, no Conservatives in that meeting, just insiders drafting election law with Elections Canada's full cooperation. They all pitched it as avoiding Diwali conflicts, but magically it also protects nearly $78,000 a year in pensions for possibly defeated MPs. That's self-service served cold, and you're footing the bill. Meanwhile, Liberals once pushed smartphone voting. Thankfully, that was shot down 6-5 at committee, with Bloc MPs warning it would open the door to fraud. Yeah, you think? Now, after the news of the sheer number of uncounted special ballots went viral on X, Elections Canada issued a statement in an attempt to explain what happened that actually didn't explain anything at all. This is what they posted. We're seeing comments about special ballots that were not counted in the last election. The law is clear. Ballots that are returned after Election Day can't be counted. We communicate the deadlines to inform electors. We also can't count ballots that are never returned. For data about special ballots, visit the Elections Canada website. What Elections Canada doesn't explain there is who is responsible for the ballots not being returned or not being returned in time. Was it the voter, or was it, just like in the case of the BC uncounted special ballots and the elections chaos in the riding in Quebec, it was Elections Canada employees responsible for the mishandling of the ballots? So their statement didn't actually clarify anything. Now the Liberals are pushing for 16-year-old voters. So next time someone dismisses your concerns about electoral integrity as conspiracy theories, remind them ballots are lost, ballots are dumped, non-citizens are voting, double voting exists, and there are partisan private meetings shaping elections laws for pensions. That's not theory, it's all documented, and Elections Canada is right in the thick of it. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. These sorts of reports are uncovered through access to information filings to help offset our filing and research fees, because we submit dozens any given week and then we have to read them all. You can go to rebelinvestigates.com. Again, that's rebelinvestigates.com. That's our special access and research fund.